Welcome back, guys, to the channel. Today we got a super exciting news today. As you guys can see, we got a rig. As you guys can see, if you guys haven't seen the Instagram post that I've been posting about my rig and setting it up, I am sorry, but if you guys want to go see the latest video I posted about it, you guys can go check it out on Instagram. You guys can check that pretty much in my bio on my YouTube channel. But we are back recording again. Today we're going to be talking about Forza Horizon 6. I am super excited about this game coming out. I mean, there's a little, maybe one or two trailers I've seen about it. And man, I am super excited to be talking about Forza Horizon 6. But before we get into that, I was going to say was, I am sorry that I've been gone for like the last few days not recording in this channel or the other. I've been literally helping family move and organize. And I've been tired for the past few days as well because of work. Work is super exhausting. I work at a chicken plant, so I'm always exhausted. And but overall, anything else, like I said, we were waiting for a lot of things to come in the mail as well. And you know, I will say the few things. As you guys can see, we got a nice 4K camera. We got a 4K camera. We got the new wheel, the 12-inch mod wheel for Moza, and then we got some, especially we got some modded as well. The shifter clickers, we got an extra little heaviness on it now. We got I guess they're like attachments, like for more like realistic. And then we got our shifter handbrake on here. I still got to get an extra plate here because it's not I have it mounted in a weird way, so I had to like improvise. And then we got the seat and everything. I think the longest, it took me almost all night to get this chair clocked in because I just couldn't adjust it at anyways as I tried. But it was really cool to get this. Oh, another thing we got a clutch. So we finally got our clutch, and it's weird because I never knew Moza's pedals can vibrate. So that's something new to me, and it feels weird every time I sit on. Like I feel a vibration of the Moza pedals. But yeah, we got all this brand new stuff. We are all nice and set. I do have a pillow under because I can't lift this thing up like usually with a car. I'm short, so yeah. But overall, anything else, I am super excited. I'm like I said, I'm sorry I've been away for so long. I kept saying over Instagram I was gonna record, and it didn't happen due to the fact that I just kept helping people move, and I just had so many things to do. It was such a busy week that I was generally exhausted, and I just couldn't record. It was like I'll say I'll record, and then I'm like passed out 5 minutes later, and it was just bad. I even passed out on this couch on top of that. So yeah, I've just been pretty exhausted. But now it's Monday. I'm back in my regular hours, and like be expecting videos back and forth every 2 days. And it might even be 3 to 4 days if it continues to. If I see like a weird difference, I might have to even switch it up to 3 days just because. But I don't know. Um, but yeah, it's just been a really hectic thing, and like my plan is to hopefully get a monitor against the wall so I can push this more closer, and then try to get like a base or something for the mouse and keyboard so I can have it next to me because I have it over here on top of the. I'm using a chair as the thing, and I'm way too far from the monitor, so it's a little bit kind of difficult in a sort of way, and I've been having a little bit problem with my eyesight. But I mean, just besides all the point is, today we're gonna be talking about Forza Horizon 6, and I'm glad. Thank you guys for being so patient of me coming back to the channel. We'll be rolling in more content after this, but yeah, we're gonna be talking about Forza Horizon 6. There's been a lot new things coming out for Forza Horizon 6. That's why I have the page up on the browser. Um, Pretty much we got a Ram Rover, and we got this nice car over here. I don't know what kind of car this is really, but we're gonna go check out. We're gonna mark out all the details. We're gonna talk about a few things in this game and the things I've been seeing in each trailer. And yeah, like I said, I only saw 2 trailers, but we're gonna go on YouTube. We're gonna check out everything. We're gonna break it down one by one and then talk about it. But super excited for Forza Horizon 6. I'm happy it's gonna take place in Tokyo as well. And then on top of that, we got this nice little snowy area kind of feeling. And yeah, it's super cool. It's coming on Xbox, Xbox PC, iCloud, and iCloud. Look at me, iCloud, Xbox Cloud, and Steam and PS5. It's crazy. It's coming out for PlayStation, so that's cool. But I went from Sony to PlayStation. I mean, I went from Sony to Xbox now, so I'm a full-on Xbox person now. I was with PlayStation for a very long time. Now I'm just heading more towards Xbox now, and especially the new consoles that are coming out too. Even though they're gonna be hella expensive, that's for sure, for sure. But anyway, putting that all to the side, we're gonna go ahead and jump into the trailers, and like I said, we'll continue then. So we'll be right back after these messages. All right, we're back. So we're gonna continue with the trailers, and then we'll break it down from there. So let's hop on to the first trailer. I like the cars. Very beautiful scenery. Snow. Largest city ever. Nice. Immerse yourself in Japanese car culture. Become a racing legend. That mountain. Pre-order. Alright, so the trailer is like it's pretty simple. So that's cool. So where I wanna go is, let's go back. So I like the one thing that I like in this trailer, that, let me see if I can put this in full screen for you guys. What the one thing I like about this trailer is the flowers on the ground. You can see the flowers on the trees. Nice, just that nice scenery. Let's just put it that way. I do see a lot here, the dashboard. This is really cool. I really like this feature. We can see the handbrake. We can see the wheel. It gives you that nice realistic, like, kind of wheel type thing. It's really cool. I like that. You can see your oil temps, your oil PSI, and temps 232, and a Perquet 34. I like this. This is something we never have had before in Forza, and that's something that really, brings me. Because the more realistic the game is, the more realistic it feels for you when you're driving. So I like that. I like how that tires just like turn that way. So that's one thing I like. I think I could, actually, you know what? I think I can, the playback speed. Yeah, I can bring it down a bit. So another thing I like here, man, it's just I can break it down, but it's not letting me. Here, we'll just break it down. That drift that we get. Look at that. That sideways that we get. That's the kind of thing I like. And you guys, you see how I stay that like side by side? I like that. Yeah, I'm not on camera that much. I like the sideways that we get on this. Here, let me tilt my screen just a bit more. Okay. Feels weird. Okay. So yeah, I like that sideways. And then on top of that, we got that nice scenery, like I said. I just love how it just has that nice turn. It's just very realistic, And then we got a Nissan Silva. And then we got this weird Lexus. I don't know if that's an Lexus. Don't really quite know. I don't know much about Japanese cars that much. I don't know like the brands. Let's put it that way. I like how they have the signs there, and they just got a beautiful scenery going on here. But you can see everything here. Then we go from the Lambo. This gives me right here a Need for Speed Post Street vibe too here. When I look at this, it really does. It gives me that immersed Post Street vibe. A very, like, childhood type of game for me. Here, this gives me like literally a Need for Speed Post Street vibe here. And there's peoples as well. And I like, man, that Lambo looks beautiful. And I like how detailed it is. Alright, so moving back here. My bad. Okay, so like I said, we got a Ferrari, we got another one, and I like this nighttime version. This is good. I like the city lights. It does remind me a little bit of Assetto Corsa, a little bit Shikuko and stuff like that with the mods. Very, very beautiful. I like that. Very cool. But I like how detailed it is at night too, as well. And the city lights. You got a porch as well. But yeah, and the interior and the headlights just look good. This R35 was calling my name. I like how they made this. This intro right here is perfect. This should have been a good, in my opinion. For some reason, I like this. This would have been a good wallpaper for like the CD. It would have been nice. This is very nice. We got an R35 Skyline. I like the headlights, how realistic it is, the color, the bumpers, everything. It just looks very very detailed, and I like that. We got Lambos, we got highways, we got this car next door, but this R35 is very very detailed. They did a very good job what they did here in this trailer, and I love the Japanese plates. That looks pretty immersive. I like that. Gives you that, that name. Here we got a Honda. I definitely know this is a Honda Civic. Then we got that car back there, and then this is another car that I'm not. So here, let me just more point it out. We got a Honda Civic. We got this car over here and this car that I don't know. I don't know none of these two names. But it's just very, very realistic. It's practically looks like a car meet. Let's just put it that way. Another thing that I noticed, I hate that it keeps going. We got houses. This is awesome. This is pretty cool. Very cool. Alright, Japan waits. In the mountains, bro. It's just beautiful. And then we got this nice little RS car here. I think this is a GTO. Maybe I might be wrong. We got that bamboo feeling. This scenery, I love it as well. I know I talk a lot, but this is something everybody's been talking about. Another thing I like about this one is the nature and the mountains that they put in this in here in Tokyo. This is very nice. It says Japan, but I call it Tokyo, Japan. But whatever. It's taking place in Japan. But I like this. I like the scenery of this, of nature. It gets me, if I want to drive peacefully with my music, I mean, I can just cruise on in. We got a Mercedes over here. We got a porch. And then I was looking at the mountains here as snow. This is crazy. I think this is one of the coolest thing I've seen. I like that. And then we got a Toyota. We got a R33 back in front of us right here. And then we got a BMW as well. And then obviously the largest city. And I like how we have a Nissan 240SX, and then we got this right seater of kind of like a little small truck. And honestly, I've seen these, and here in America they have those cars. Those are awesome. But yeah, I like the traffic. We got the Honda right there. We got the city, the trees. And yeah, it's just very pretty to look. We got a Honda and a Honda there. This very beautiful. I love the streets. This street looks gorgeous to me, in my opinion. Very nice. We got the people there. We got bikes. We got buildings. We got highway, a little highway or train. No, it's a train track. We got cars over here. We got people over here. We got yeah, it's just very very detailed. This is super cool. It's about time Forza got out of their comfort zone and actually expanded like this. This is awesome. Look at that. We got the trains right there coming. Then we got this nice car over here. It's a little GR. Very beautiful. Very immersive. And then we got these two cars right here. I love how beautiful this is. Very Japan culture. Immerse yourself. And then we can see that we have a couple more cars here coming by. Yeah, it's just very beautiful. This is a very nice car. So let me go back. So we got this nice house. Very, very gorgeous. We got a Miata. I think it keeps speeding up so fast. We got a nope. Nope. Okay. So here we got a Miata. This is awesome. They literally threw a turbo in there. That crap looks sick. Love it. And we next to the ramen chin. Very nice. And then we got a nice little car over here, little Mercedes over here. I think this is a Mercedes. And then we got a porch. I wish it would not speed up. This porch is very nice, very detailed, very naturey. Another thing I saw too, just now, if I can bring it back, got this nice little Mitsubishi Lancer. Bro, the body kicks and the spoilers and everything, the very drifty way, Very realistic. I love it. They added a lot of detail to this car, and it looks really nice, really nice. And then we got a Ferrari over here. Very super nice. This is awesome. Very nice. And then here, I'm thinking this is drag. This gotta be drag. Yeah, this is all drag. So let's go. Let's check out all the cars. So we got a bunch of people. We got a full-on drag street going. We got one of these cars over here. It might be an Acura. Got this one over here that I don't know. I think that's a Mercedes. So I'm looking at the headlight. We got one of these cars. I think this was an F1. Maybe I might completely be wrong. But this car right here. So we got an Acura, Mercedes Benz over here. This car reminds me of Need for Speed Most Wanted from 2012. We got a Supra, an Lexus. I think this is a Lambo, R33. Don't know what car that is. Don't know. Lambo. I think a McLaren, and I think this is a Beamer, but an O version. It could be. I might be wrong. But I like how straight up drag racing this is. Then we got a Subaru, and then another one over here. Literally rally, pretty much. Oh no, that's a Mitsubishi Lancer. This one might be a Subaru. And then we got off-roading as well, where we get to drive these type of cars. We got the nighttime fall, where we get to drift and have fun. We got a Toyota and this car as well. This reminds me from that one video. Very popular car. Very nice at night. And then we got this immersive racing, like full-on speed car. These are all luxury cars, pretty much. Very fast cars. And then I like the train and the scenery with these three cars in that mountain. I love the mountains with snow. I've always wanted to explore that. It's very pretty. And I know it's a volcano, but it looks good. So yeah. So that's one of the things. So everything I like in this game is amazing, amazing, amazing. So super excited to be able to explore more in Forza, because you know, it's very rare that Forza be coming out with this stuff. And apparently we're going to have way more cars than we've had on our previous races. A lot of DLCs, cars, just all of above, pretty much. Alright, so another thing we're going to talk about is gameplay. We're going to be looking at the gameplays as well. I don't want to... I'm not... I don't know. Alright, so...
This is gameplay.
Oh god. I am so sorry. Let's put this in regular mode. How do I put it back where it was? Normal, there we go.
From Forza Horizon 6 shown during Xbox Developer Direct, I've removed everything unnecessary, the hosts and presentation edits, and left only pure gameplay so we can take a calm look at how the game looks and feels. In this video, we'll take a closer look at the game.
Okay, this is somebody who just recorded it, so I don't want to... I ain't trying to do all that. It's more... I'm mostly looking for, like, actual gameplay, but without people. So let's just, see, like, people have their own... Here, let's look at this one.
Knock, knock, Capital One Bank guy. Can I borrow some Wi-Fi?
Man, this trailers, come on. I ain't even trying to advertise these people. Come on, come on. That's annoying. But I guess you're gonna have to go through ads no matter what. Okay. Alright, here we go.
Welcome to this world-first look at Forza Horizon 6. I'm Torben Ehlers, Design Director for Forza Horizon, and I can't wait to show you what the teams at Playground Games and Turn 10 have been working on.
And I'm Don Arcetta, Art Director for Forza Horizon. The Horizon Festival is a celebration of beautiful cars, hit music, and breathtaking locations around the world. And now we're taking you to the place we've wanted to visit for a very long time.
Hell yeah.
Japan.
Gorgeous.
We designed a campaign that really focuses on your journey. You don't start
look
as
at
a
that
superstar.
One thing I wanted to point out.
Your journey.
This is gorgeous. This is the kind of fun of Forza that I want to enjoy. This is awesome.
You don't start as a superstar of the festival or a racing champion or even a rookie. You'll start out as just a tourist in Japan.
Nice.
Your first goal is to join the Horizon Festival by completing the Horizon qualifiers. After that, you'll rise through the ranks, unlocking wristbands as you complete races in faster, more exciting cars.
Man,
At the end of each round, you must prove you're ready to move up by completing spectacular events to unlock your next wristband. These include classic Horizon showcases and our new Horizon Rush events, where you show off your skills on thrilling obstacle courses, like this one at the docks in Tokyo City. When you finally earn your gold wristband, you get access to Legend Island, an exclusive region of the world with unique events, tracks, and areas to explore. And that will be a true accomplishment. Throughout that journey, all of Japan outside the Horizon Festival is yours to explore at your own pace. So, let's talk about the location we've all been waiting for.
Yes, please.
Knock, knock, Capital One.
Yeah, knock knock. I do not want to hear you. But as you guys can see, you see how they really did put in the work for this game. They really did. They put a lot of hard work in Forza. And that's the one thing I've been wanting. Like Need for Speed is shelved. It's shelved right now, so we can't like expect, you know, Need for Speed to come back and for God knows how long. But over anything else, I mean, like I said, Forza is taking over at this point. It's our new Need for Speed. Alright, let's...
Japan is the ideal location for our biggest, most exciting game yet. Full of beautiful landscapes and stunning contrasts of rural and urban, modern and traditional.
Gorgeous.
This is our largest map, full of verticality, diverse biomes, seasonality, and breathtaking driving experiences, elevated by Japan's unique car culture.
Awesome.
So we knew from the start that we wanted to deliver the most compelling and authentic game possible. To help us create those experiences in-game, we sought out advice and insight from people who've lived with Japanese car culture their entire lives.
That's amazing.
As someone who grew up in Los Angeles and Tokyo, both cities known for car culture, I developed a passion for cars early. I've also worked extensively supporting creative collaborations between Japanese and Western video game studios. Over the course of production, I had many conversations with the team about the nuances and the details of Japanese culture and how to reflect these in Forza Horizon 6.
Very detailed.
As an example, when we discussed naming options for the player home at Tokyo Docks, we discussed the building number, picking 7 and 8 because those two numbers are considered fortunate in Japan. In fact, these numbers are also part of a well-known Japanese proverb, Nanakorobi Yaoki, which means never give up.
I like that.
When our team builds a Forza Horizon game, we focus on the essence of the place, what makes it special and unique. At the start of production, our team traveled to Japan to capture reference for everything. Time lapses of real Japanese skies, photogrammetry of trees and geology, scans of roads and buildings, and things as simple as water kick-up and the way fallen cherry blossoms respond to passing cars.
That's awesome.
From these references, we then work to capture the soul of those places, adapting it for Horizon's open-world gameplay. And since Japan is home to driving experiences unlike anywhere else, that process begins with the roads. Inspired by the C1 Loop, Ginkgo Avenue, and mountain passes, like Mount Haruna and Bandai Atsuma.
Look at that.
Then we layer in the details around them, creating a world where every road leads to discovery.
Very amazing.
For this game, we built our biggest urban area yet.
Knock, knock.
Man, these knock knock jokes, I swear, they're just getting on my nerves at this point. But you see the immense detail they put a lot of hard work into this game. I could not have it any other way, bro. I mean, I think the only thing I wish was the arcading would stop, but oh well.
Our Tokyo city is 5 times larger than anything we've designed before, with multiple districts, each with a unique identity. We work to create a city where every road, every corner, and every shortcut is fun to drive and a delight to explore.
Yo, a drift right there.
seasonal change in Japan is dramatic, and these changes are widely celebrated
I
in
love
local
that
culture.
right there.
We've captured that in game so that you'll see those changes reflected in the world around you as you explore.
Right.
That sense of exploration is at the heart of the game. Everything you find on your road trip in Japan is something for you to collect. Cars, houses, landmarks, mascots, and more.
Balanced across all performance classes, from D to our new top-end R-Class for track-focused cars.
That's awesome. I want to pause it right there. Like, their drifting is just so cool, bro. I hope we can feel this energy of when we play this game, when the release comes out. I can't wait to feel this, because I'm going to record it. I want to be satisfied with this game. And I want to be able to enjoy this for a very, very long time until another Forza comes out in the future. But this is amazing.
We've improved how each car is affected by the world. For example, with new cosmetic tire wear, so each car responds authentically as you rack up the miles on the...
Look at the details. So they added actual like details to the tires. So I wonder, that's pretty cool.
...is iconic Japanese roads. With more cars on day one than ever before, we've also created new ways to expand your car collection as you explore. Parked on driveways around the world, you'll encounter our new aftermarket cars. They're always bargains
Beautiful.
and include some extremely rare and unique cars to show off in your garage. We're not just bringing classic JDM to life, but also showcasing some of the newest, most exciting cars in the world. And Forza Horizon 6 cover car is one of them.
Nice. Oh,
The
look at that.
GR-GT is a race-derived road car that combines motorsport performance with road-going excellence.
You see,
And our
now
game
that's
is the
realistic
ideal
right
place
there.
to experience the most modern iteration of Kazoo Racing's relentless pursuit of Japanese engineering perfection.
That's amazing.
Our cars sound better than ever, with greater detail and remastered audio, all brought to life by new acoustic modeling technology, simulating the
Look
soundscape
at
of
that.
the world.
They got everything
Knock,
going.
knock, Capital One Bank.
Man, why do I have to hear this knock knock every 5 minutes? You see how detailed they went with this game, with this car? Like, they went real hardcore on the cars, and that's what we need, more things like that in the in those kind of aspects. Like, look, you can hear the car now. Sorry, I had to like re-edit that again because of the noise a little bit out in my headphones. So we're gonna look at this one again real quick because I want you guys to hear how deeply they went with this car.
All brought to life by new acoustic modeling technology, simulating the soundscape of the world.
I heard that.
Music is a huge part of the Horizon Festival, and we're curating a diverse track list from around the world, including exciting Japanese artists, so you can choose your perfect soundtrack, whether racing, cruising, or drifting.
I love it.
And to complement the visual contrast of our map,
Nature.
we've captured extensive field recordings across all 4 seasons in Japan, creating a rich and truly authentic world for you to experience.
That's awesome. It's amazing what
In
they're
Forza
doing.
Horizon 6, you'll have new ways to shape that world with features that let you make a life for yourself in Japan. Our new customizable garages are the perfect place to do that. You'll find one of these at every...
Oh my god, look at all that, bro. Oh, we finally get to have cars like this in the garage. And this gives me like the Need for Speed 2015 vibe when we had our cars in the garages and we had all that nice little details. This is awesome. Thank God they're adding this.
player house, big enough for multiple cars, where you can freely decorate the entire space.
Let me talk about the Supra. The Supra is well customized, beautiful, nice hood. We got modified bumpers, rims. We got that nice little Acura over there and that other car over there. Very clean, very realistic. Love the details in this garage as well. Very, very nice. Good job. Good job, Forza. Good job. You're listening to us. It's amazing.
And when you're done, you can invite your friends over to see what you've built.
You can invite your friends to see? Oh, no. Come on. So that means you can invite people to your house and be like, hey, check out my ride. Check this car out. This is amazing. And I love how detailed this house is. This is beautiful. I wonder if this is just us is this them customizing these houses? Or do we get to do something? I don't know. It would be nice if we can do that. It would be a dream come true. That's one of my things I would love to do.
But the ultimate place to express your creativity is the estate. This mountain valley starts off completely empty and overgrown, but once you unlock it, you can build and decorate directly in the open world here.
You can build your own place. So if it's empty, you can build? Okay. Now listen. Forza is inviting us to now build on ground. Something that has never been done. Not in Need for Speed, not in Forza, in any other racing game that I know personally. I've never seen that. I don't know, no, I can't think, I really cannot think of one game that can do this. This is amazing. This is something that we have been wanting. This is something even my dream is always, like, I've always wanted us to be able to have a garage where we can work on cars, go deep in cars. I know there's kind of like pre-made games on Steam and other games that got that little feature, but bro, the last time that I can remember that we were able to work inside of a car, like inside in the interior, was Midnight Club Los Angeles. I think that's the only game I can think of that we've ever had that kind of moment. But to build houses and, you know, you buy the house, you grab land like that, that's crazy. I mean, Car X3's got that, but not like this. Now, this changes the whole racing industry completely. It's a whole different level what they're doing with Forza right now. This, I have had to say a lot to it. I'm sorry. That's very, very awesome. They're doing a massive job. This is what I'm talking about. This is the kind of game we need in our life. Like, no joke. Need for Speed and all the other racing games that I've known, they gotta crank it up because Forza is top dog right now.
And anything you construct is permanent and visitable by your friends.
So they can come and visit you and check out your place. That's awesome.
Our teams are fully committed to Forza Horizon being the open world driving game for everyone. We'll be carrying forward all of our accessibility features from previous games. We'll also be adding in new options like proximity radar for competitive players and auto drive for players who want to lean back and appreciate the world in motion.
So you can literally auto drive your car. So that means your car will drive for you. And you can just literally relax and cruise on it. And even if you want to do like little skits and edits, you can do that. That is so... This, man, I swear, I can't. My mind is just blown because it's just like, man, it just makes me so happy that Forza is doing something way out of the box, out of anything I've ever imagined, and what people I know people would imagine what they would want. This is just beyond level, bro. Like, let's go.
Our major new accessibility feature is customizable high contrast mode.
Whoa, what is this?
Making the open world of Japan visually accessible to everyone.
That's
cool. No matter how you and your friends play, you can customize for...
Let me say one thing about that. Assettocorsa kind of has that same similar feature when it's modded version. It has that same kind of feature, and honestly, that really does help a lot. Just wanted to point that out for anyone who knows.
Forza Horizon 6 so you can play together.
Japan is world-renowned for its car meets, like Daikoku,
Dave.
and inspired by these experiences, Forza Horizon 6 will include new open-world car meets.
So we got car meets. This is very nice.
These are places where you can show off your cars and characters, download tunes and liveries, and even buy a copy of the cars you see.
Knock, knock.
Wow. So you get to buy, you can even buy copies of the delivery. Even though, I mean, honestly, these knock jokes are really annoying. Even though, honestly, like, I mean, they had that feature where you can select people's delivery stuff. I mean, it used to be not purchased. It used to be actually free, I think.
Head out together to explore, where you'll find classic events like street races and our new Toge battles, iconic nighttime races down Japanese mountain passes. There's more to do in the open world than ever before, with new shared experiences like Horizon time attack circuits. These are seamlessly part of the open world, with no loads, no matchmaking, just a truly social experience with you, your friends, and the in-world leaderboard.
Nice, nice.
Playing together is easier and more rewarding than ever.
I like this. They got like a cool class thing over here. That's cool. That's something cool that's new. That's the class leaders, and we got first, second, and third. That's pretty cool. And the resets start by day 3 hours and 45 minutes.
Forza fans are incredibly creative, making everything from liveries to race events
That's gorgeous. That's awesome.
and scenic locations to explore.
Ooh.
To support your creativity, we've added the ability to start building from anywhere, as well as loads of other player
You can build. Look at that. I mentioned building earlier, but this, how they're showing us, is very cool.
requested improvements, all of which are also available in the estate and the customizable garage. We also know you love to collaborate, so in Forza Horizon 6, we're making building fully multiplayer. In Horizon Collab, you and your friends can build anything you can imagine together.
Oh, that's awesome.
From everyone here at Playground Games and Turn 10 Studios, we hope you've enjoyed this first look at some of the new features we've been working on, and that you're as excited as we are for the game.
Yeah.
We'll be launching on Xbox and PC on the 19th of May. If you're a Forza fan on PlayStation, we'll be welcoming you to Japan later this year when our PlayStation version is ready. For now, though, stay tuned for more updates about the game over the coming months, and thanks for joining us. We can't wait to see you in Forza Horizon 6 as we discover Japan together.
That's awesome. They're becoming way more immersive of anything in Forza Horizon 6, and that's awesome. That is super, super awesome. I wanted to know more about the garage, though. That's something that I'm very, 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 like, intrigued about. They were talking about garages, and that's something I wanted to know about deep down. So let's see.
Knock, knock, Capital One Bank.
Man, can you stop with your knock knock jokes, bro? Ain't even funny, bro. So they really went deeply, deeply in this game. They're putting their whole hearts and work into this. So we gotta show them massive love. Oh, well, my bad. This is 25 minutes long.
You know, we had a really close collaboration with Turn 10 on this project. We've always worked really closely with them, but on this project in particular,
Beautiful.
we're able to leverage some of the resource on their side that kind of helped us
Oh, wait.
invest in certain features for our vehicles.
Wait.
The other thing is we've invested in our team here at Playground. So I think I'm probably right in saying this is the largest vehicle art team that we've had on a project previously.
I was confused. So this is an IGN. Wait. Did you guys see that? No way. So we get to be, so we have a person and we can be around. Look, so let's look at the details real quick. So we got gaming stuff over here. We got a little TV over here. This reminds me of Grid 2, where you can you will go on the computer and start your races. That's awesome. You look at the whole delivery on this garage. We even got person in here. Like, what is this? I wonder. You know how they were showing us that we can customize? I wonder if we can customize our garage. Let's see. This is crazy. That's a need for speed ride. Forza Horizon customization improvements and crazier than ever Forza Horizon edition cars.
We know that Forza Horizon 6 will arrive with 550 cars on day 1, which is the largest number of cars at launch for any previous Forza Horizon game. That number will obviously only continue to grow over the next several years. After all, Forza Horizon 5 arrived with just over 500 and now sports around 900. However, moving forward from the Xbox One and Xbox One X generation of consoles has given Playground Games the opportunity to finally pull the trigger on a number of improvements to vehicles. Improvements which touch every single car.
There's work we've done across our whole suite of vehicles in carrying them forward, which both modernises them. So, for example, if you look at our headlights and taillights, we've got a new kind of refraction-based shader on them. Gives them this really authentic look of depth and feel. Also, with things like where you have polycarbonate-style headlights, there's a sort of a kind of rainbow refraction.
I like that rainbow feeling. That's
pretty. You get through there like an iridescence as the light casts through it. We've also reworked our materials used across the library of vehicles as well. So we've done some basic stuff like that outside of customization. Some of the coolest things I think we've done are where we've made investments that touch the entire library. So there are new vehicles that we have in the game, and those vehicles have their own unique bespoke parts which are exclusive to that car. But then I think probably the biggest areas, some of the areas we're most excited about are things like Forza Aero and window decals.
The ability to place decals on windows has been something that's been requested ever since the influential livery editor was first introduced to the Forza series in 2007's Forza Motorsport 2.
Window decals.
You know, it's funny, I was looking at that just now, what the detail that was, the way how they had that set and decals like that. It kind of gives me like a original Forza vibe a little bit, and some like other original stuff, kind of very retro type of detailed. Pretty cool.
A long requested fan feature, something that we've also wanted to do for a really long time. That requires a massive investment. You have to go back and do work to every single car in order to support that. So we're really thrilled that we've been able to bring that to players, and that allows everything from doing huge ornate designs that span across the windows, wrap all the way around the car, to simpler stuff like having a sun strip in the windscreen, or even just smaller low-key things like having window stickers that you can go and place on there. And that's kind of a fun one as well, because we link that into the campaign. As you progress, you'll unlock little graphics you can go and proudly display in there as well.
Another noticeable improvement that touches on just about every one of the hundreds of cars in the game is Forza Horizon 6's new Forza Aero. Dedicated car builders have become increasingly critical of the one-size-fits-all approach of the all-purpose Forza Aero parts available in Forza games, but Forza Horizon 6 will feature front splitters tailored to the individual car, and modern spoilers with separate paintable elements.
Nice. We've redone the new the front end and the rear wing for Forza Aero, so the new front splitter is completely bespoke to each car. So the vehicle artists now have like handles that they can kind of mold to the body lines of the vehicle. Where before we had kind of like one piece that would just go onto the front of the car. Now each can kind of tailor itself to the design of the actual vehicle. So and it looks more natural, especially with the canards as well. Like it follows the body lines a lot better. And we have a new tow hook, which you quite like because it has the feature of being able to be paintable. So for people that like the smaller customization, it means you can kind of make the look more cohesive. And actually, instead of like a red blob on the front of the car, you've got like,
more realistic.
You can actually make it look complete.
Yeah, I think just the fact that the kit, the Forza Aero pieces themselves, every single one of them has been somewhat reworked and somewhat retouched to work with the profile of that vehicle. That's the biggest uplift. There were some cars in the past where maybe it just didn't sit super well against that vehicle. So yeah, you got a performance uplift, you got a visual change, but maybe it didn't quite look as cohesive as you wanted it to. But now that's genuinely, I think it looks so much stronger aesthetically.
You brought it forward, it looks way more modern.
The new materials on it, the supporting struts that we have, the new design for the rear wing, the kind of swan neck style wing, much more modern looking than what we had in the past. And yeah, you referenced it there, James, but I love the fact that when you've installed these parts, if you go to, one of the other areas that we've made investments in terms of quality of life is with paints. So if you go to the paints area now, if you've installed some Forza Aero parts, that red tow hook, it doesn't have to stay as a red tow hook. If you spend ages working on that perfect color scheme for the body of the car, your wheels, your brake calipers, you can go in and customize that tow hook and just make sure it either fades into the background with something more neutral, or it really pops and complements the rest of the scheme that you've got. And the same is true for the rear wing. You can customize the end plates, bright color complementary to the car, or again, you could, throw on one of our new carbon materials and just provide something really, really subtle there. So yeah, I think I'm really hoping, and I think we really believe that the Forza Aero work that we've done has been really, really valuable to our car roster. And like I say, it's almost all of our cars, I think we have Forza Aero pieces for, so a really big investment there.
Knock, knock, Capital One Bank.
Man, these people with the knock jokes, man, it's just so obnoxious. It's super cool that they're doing a lot of work and they're putting a lot of details into those cars, and it's just they're not missing a point. Like, they're not missing anything right now.
Have also been improvements to the paint shop.
Within our advanced materials, we reworked our metallics. We've got a new like heavy metal flake material in there. We have a candy paint. And one of the nicest things, honestly, is we've removed a lot of the friction that you used to experience when you navigate through the paint. So in the past, if you wanted to choose a metallic, you would have to go into the paint shop, you'd have to tab through to advanced, you'd have to navigate down, you'd then have to click into metallics, and then you'd be kind of tuning multiple values to get the right hue. And it was a lot of clicks is probably the best way to put it. And it was kind of hidden. So there was a bit of a barrier to entry there where if you kind of knew, maybe you were more like a power user, you were experienced from the previous games, you knew how to get there. But I think for somebody who's less experienced with the games, it was kind of hard to find. So now when you go to the paints menu, you open it up, you go to the standard paints, you can just simply click the right trigger and you're swapping between gloss, semi-gloss, matte, metallics, and then you can dive in right from there to the advanced paint menu and make those adjustments. You can also favorite paints from there, which we think should be a really powerful feature for people who use our livery editor. You know, those guys do incredible things. And they're working with often like hundreds of layers. So I think being able to quickly assemble a palette of favorite colors that they can go and swap between, and when they're applying different graphics, should be something really valuable for them as well.
On top of this, there will be over 100 new rims, the ability to choose different rims on the front and rear, and even motorcycle engine swaps for K-cars.
Nice.
So we have, compared to Horizon 5, over 100 new rims that people can go and choose from.
100
some
rims,
really
there we
great
go.
stars in there from some great OEMs. So I think people are going to really enjoy that, particularly when it comes to customizing, you know, different rims, front and rear. Also worth noting actually is we've reworked our tyre designs, our actual tyre visual for the cars. That's been reworked. So when you look at the tread pattern, when you look at the tyre wall, that's a kind of fresh new design, and you know, you will see that feed into the tyre wear that is another feature that we've added to the game as well.
I think that, you know, one thing, I know I was gonna say it, but I wish that I wish it was possible to be able to work inside your engine more realistically, you know, and get it and see more with the tuning, stuff like that. I wish that was more of a thing where, like in Japan, they work on their cars very like deep in their engine. And I wish we can, like, you know, go in there we fix it, you know. It gives us that option where, okay, spark plugs, you remove this, you gotta remove the top, you gotta move this, you gotta move that, you know what I mean? It's like, I wish we could do that, you know. That would have been a pretty added fun detail in there.
Well, in terms of other customization, we've not talked a huge amount about the performance stuff, and we've got a really cool class of car in the game that maybe shows up in a bigger way this time around, James. So maybe we could give an example around K-car.
Yeah, so we have a few new K-cars in the game, and one of the cool things I think we
like those
really
buggies.
need to is they're pretty small, so get some pretty interesting engine swaps for them. So we've got a few new motorbike engine swaps that all have some great audio, and they also rev to silly numbers. So yeah, I'm really excited for those. I think we didn't talk about K-cars and the fact that they've got their own bespoke plates.
Yep.
So yeah, if you drive any K-cars in the game, you took a lot of focus and a lot of detail on the plates and trying to get the authenticity right. So I remember just going through it and getting all the car like dimensions and making sure they're all marked up properly to have like the right plates, making sure they had like the yellow plates with like
That's
the
nice.
right like number classification. So like, I love that level of detail.
While these boosts to car customization will no doubt result in an overall improvement in the kinds of builds players can create,
I love those
Playground has
rims.
been
They look
going
nice.
a bit
They're
nuts
fresh.
with its own completely custom cars in the meantime. In Forza Horizon 6, Forza Edition cars are being injected with entirely custom fabrication you can't recreate by manually applying upgrades in the auto show. The team explains they began to experiment with this a little later in Forza Horizon 5's lifespan.
Right.
There's two examples of this. One was the Horizon Edition Dodge Viper that we added to the game, where that had a really unique like carbon fiber like aero kit that we added for it, and we also
Very
put, like,
original.
sun strip
On
in
the
the
original
windscreen, so really kind of separated it from what you could get with the standard Viper. You couldn't just modify one to make it look like that. And then we pushed that even further with the Jordan-Luca collaboration, where we basically did a full resto mod on a car there.
Super
So we
clean.
took the Camaro, it was widened, it had unique wheels on it, I think it had a unique tyre design. The whole interior is reworked. We kind of riffed on like the design of the trainer. The body was really heavily modified, the lights were changed. It was such a cool car. Like, we had a ton of fun working on it, and we think our players really loved this thing that we'd created. And so, you know, you can consider that, and then also if you look at shows like SEMA or Tokyo Auto Salon, or even when you consider our location in Japan and the incredible builds you see coming out of these tiny workshops dotted around the country, we're like, look, there's something to this. Like, how do we go and like move forward Forza editions for the next game? And so what we've tried to do is take as many of those elements as possible and feed those into the Forza editions that we feature in the game. And like, personally, I think these are some of our most exciting cars. So again, they're very rare. Like, you can't just go and buy these through the auto show, either through rare wheel spins, or interestingly, a few of these will be available as aftermarket cars. So as you're out exploring the world, some of these might pop up for sale as aftermarket cars on driveways, giving you a nice reason to go out and cruise and explore the world. Make for some fun discovery moments there.
Knock, knock, capital.
It's super cool what they're doing. You know, I don't have much to say right now with this because I'm listening to it. But this game is gonna be big. It's gonna sell.
Makes Forza Edition special this time around is how unique they are, and that goes far beyond their special
Like the
glow-in-the-dark commemorative style Mount Fuji number plates.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, the thing that for me really separates them is just the level of detail we've gone to in terms of differentiating them from a stock car modified with the parts available to you through the auto show normally. So they still have unique perks. Some of those unique perks will be tied to the new gameplay we have as well. So open world time attack, additional link skills, that kind of thing. But yeah, really, it's the level of attention we've put into the visuals of those cars. Like, we've really let our vehicle artists off the leash and show what they can do. And I think that's what makes them super exciting. So James, maybe you want to talk a bit about a few of these particular vehicles?
Yeah. So I know that players have seen a lot of that Miata from the reveal. The pretty crazy one. Yeah, it's got a V10 with the turbos for headlights. I think everyone's one of the first things people saw, they were like, what is that? And then as you can see from the front end, it's even got like the tow hook like coming out the front end, like the little tongue, which I think is quite fun.
I like how they made it like
a lot
headlights.
of the cool like design elements. I think the amount of detail that's gone into just the Forza editions in general, like, from what we were talking about, like we've even gone down to the point where like, how do we make some of these cars? How will these cars like actually work? So for example, in the Miata, if you look inside in the passenger footwell, like the firewall's actually kind of been expanded, and you can see where like, the welds of where they've put more metal to like even fit the engine to begin with. So like we would have never gone to kind of like those lengths previously for like some of those cars. In particular, on that car, like, yeah, I guess you can see like some details like the arches to fit like the gigantic rear like rubber that we've got underneath.
There's the roll cage. We've got working dials attached to the roll cage as well. We've ripped out the seat, so it's now a single seat with a harness, more like a race seat design style in there. And again, you mentioned details there, James. If you look around the car, we've even like reworked the bright work, so where you've got the rivets on the arches, the metal for the handles on the doors, and the fixings for the hard top. On the standard car, those things would be kind of chrome elements. They've been given a sort of brass copper look to kind of knit in with the overall look of the car. So yeah, just that level of detail, like cutting and modifying the bodywork, like exposing an engine coming up through the bonnet, twin turbochargers, they just look so different compared to what you could build through the auto show, and I think that makes them really, really cool.
Another cool thing about the MX-5, from literally just the point you were talking about, was the fact there is a bit more customization you can do with that Forza edition. So like, I guess the spec out of the box is this kind of drag car. It's got the drag wheels, you know, it's got drag slicks. It's got this kind of like low drag look. But you can put Forza in the front, and it's got this custom rear wing, and then you can change it, put slicks on it, and then yeah, you can turn it into like basically like a little time attack car. So I think that's something that we haven't done before, where you can actually kind of make a twist on the Forza edition itself and then turn it into something that's capable.
Some pre-release game footage, pretty much.
Speaking of different, Forza Horizon 6's Forza Edition S-Cargo
That's
is about
awesome.
as different as you can get, turning Nissan's quirky 70-odd horsepower snail-shaped mini cargo van from 1989 into an insane rear-engine Banshee full of custom engineering and a new central driving position.
That looks so cool. I would love to go on the road. Like, if I'm cruising, I want to cruise with this car, personally.
The Escargot started off as a joke from one of our vehicle artists because when they were working it up for Forza Horizon 5,
That's
they noticed
awesome.
that the dials were in the middle of the car, and they were like,
Very
"You
realistic.
sit on the right, like,
Very
why don't you just-
detailed.
Why don't they sit in the middle? Then the dials actually make sense." And then I guess they just span up the idea of this crazy like time attack space frame Escargot just from like a simple joke. But the amount of detail that's kind of gone into that build, from what you brought up of just kind of like they made this bespoke space frame, but it's got a front-mounted turbo. Okay, so we need to raise up the space frame so like the actual the exhaust work to the front turbo like makes sense. Like yeah, that thing's absolutely nuts. I can't wait to show that one off personally. Yeah.
And the details on that as well, the consideration that goes into it. Okay, we have this huge rear wing, it's mounted to the space frame. Okay, well of course we've got to
That's
go and model
awesome.
these cutouts in the plexiglass rear window so that the rear door can open without interfering with the rear wing. Yeah, I think that probably exemplifies best what our artists can do when they are like fully let off the leash.
And the fact that you can take the front clamshell off and you can see the front wishbones and like the intercooler piping and stuff like that. I'm like, we can.
Oh, that is amazing.
That's
I
awesome.
love that.
Fully modeled. Like,
Yeah, that's the kind of stuff. And that's like and this is where I was talking about. I wish that we could work into these cars like this. See, like, oh, we gotta replace the suspensions or the just whatever that needs to get changed. The turbo, let's remove this and let's put another piece. Oh, it broke, let's replace it. That would have been super, super cool if we can work as a mechanic guy and work on our cars deeply into our engine and work deep in our engine and just like that would have been super awesome.
6 turbocharged engine in the back.
Yep, it's great.
Rear mounted gearbox.
But it's
you
cool that
kinda
we can
hanging
see.
off the
Yeah,
rear
you
of
can
it.
see the diff, you can see the wishbones. Yeah, it's really
It's
cool.
amazing.
Like, it's
Very,
one car
very,
that I'm like,
very
if it was a real
detailed.
car.
Knock, knock, capital.
Man, can you stop with your ding dong jokes? I know I'm gonna get commented about it. Man, you hate knock jokes, don't you? I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna have to hear it every 5 minutes of each ding ad video when I'm watching. It's like, ugh, why? I don't care.
Third car the team shows us is the Forza Edition Mazda RX-3, which is a little more sedate than the previous two, but that is intentional.
Yeah, I love the RX-3. So we have one of the
So is an
one of our
RX
Forza editions is like the
RX-3.
RX-3, and that's kind of like we've drawn a lot of inspiration from like car cultures of like the 70s and 80s, and then yeah, some of the subcultures there, and they were inspired by like touring car racing at the time. So we have like the works like bubble arches on the car, and we have like the small steering wheel, like the Depper like front like chin spoiler,
That's
like,
awesome.
front mounted intercooler, and kind of like you know the upswept exhaust, like just looks super period.
Like the
You have,
headlights.
big like stock like banded steelies, like the dish wheels, like it just looks so cool. And it's kind of like a different driving experience from what like the other Forza editions are. This one's more like grounded. Like it's still like a super like highly strung, naturally aspirated rotary, but it's more about just cruising, making cool noises.
Our
Exactly.
studio is incredible because we've got so many people here who are they love elements of our game which are broader than cars, and they bring a really unique perspective there. But then also it's incredibly important for us that we've got people who are really, really into cars, and within our vehicle team, whether it's our handling team or our art team, we've got people who are really, really, really passionate about cars. And there's
that's
so
good.
much expertise that you can go and leverage there. So when it comes
And see, and that's the thing, you know, and that's the thing about, and that's what literally brings a community together. Like people like that who are into cars and know what they're doing and know how to bring the details and everything and what they want, and would think that people will be happy about, you know, just seeing that and helping them, you know, like, you know, having those ideas and putting it those ideas in one thing into a game. It's what's gonna help build that community, and that's what they got a lot of people that they can talk to and build that up, and they're going all out on this game. Like I said, this is amazing that they have this kind of connection EA doesn't even have this connection. Need for Speed doesn't have this the franchise of Need for Speed. Okay, it doesn't matter if it's connected to EA. It doesn't have that kind of connection. And even though if they did, it's very small, because for Forza to be building this to the heart up, from the ground up, is crazy, you know. And that's what I'm saying. Like, if Need for Speed in the future can bring that kind of love out there, I promise it's gonna be an immersive Need for Speed game. And if not, oh well, you know, hey, we had our Need for Speed childhood. It's gone. Now we got Forza Horizon coming towards us now as our new racing of the year, in my opinion. You know, and we're not gonna have another racing game for a very long time after this, with Forza Horizon 6 being as they're going all out with this one. It's gonna be a while, because I know they're not working anymore on motorsports either. Motorsports is done, I think, and apparently we're supposed to be getting a new Gran Turismo 8. We'll get into more when they start showing us a little bit more trailers. I think there is, but yeah, just saying. Forza is doing an amazing, fantastic job, and I can't wait to buy their game and enjoy this, you know, immersive world of racing with Forza.
To, you know, a build like the MX-5, it's not as if you have to really handhold somebody's hand through that process. They kind of instinctively know that, okay, well, if I'm going to go and put a V10 in the bonnet of this thing, it's not just going to fit in that engine bay. And they're poring over and being inspired by builds they see at SEMA and videos of people building these cars at home. So they're kind of acting out, you know, the fantasy that they have of building these cars in the virtual world. And I think that's one of the most exciting things, yeah, the consideration of the details that oh wow, you've added a grab hook to get in and out of that vehicle. Well, yeah, I guess of course you would do that, because it's going to be a challenge to get in over that tubular space frame that you fabricated into that vehicle otherwise. So yeah, I think really it's the knowledge and the expertise. It's just kind of born out of the passion of the team. You know, it's not a thing that has to be,
that's for sure,
you know, I guess like dictated or kind of instilled. It's sort of thriving, and that's, if it wasn't, we probably wouldn't have arrived at the place that we have with our Forza editions on this game.
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't think you can instruct
I
passion.
agree.
I think that's one of those things, right? Like, you either have it, you don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think we have a lot of passion.
Yeah.
And that's
we
awesome.
want to see people cherishing these cars. We want to see them out driving them. We want to see people photographing them. You know, you can, yeah, just because these things are pre-modified doesn't mean you can't take them into the auto show and change the color, change the wheels, you know, apply liveries to them. So you can still go and make them your own. And we're hoping people have a lot of fun taking the Forza editions and, you know, uplifting them even further beyond the base car. That's what we want to see.
Right.
We just want to see people having fun in them.
Of course, in Forza Horizon 6, you won't just be restricted to customizing your cars, you'll also be able to customize the garages.
We can customize our garages. Look at that. I told you, that's what I was hoping for. Like, I said this because we saw this earlier, because we saw that little moment. That is awesome. We get to customize our garage. You'll have no idea how exciting that is, because we need that. We need that kind of thing, bro. We can make the garage our own. We can build houses on land, and we can customize it. And if we can customize garages, that means we can customize houses on top of that. Hopefully we can customize even the inside of our houses. That is so amazing. I know Motorsports has like this way where we can move our characters around, but that's it. That's all you do. Oh man. I don't even know what to say about this though, because man, we needed this stuff. We needed things like this. We really need it, and this is what's gonna show our talent, is customization, bro. Like in the garages and the houses, this is how you show, you know, just like you would want in real life, you can do it in the game and show the love and passion of what you are, your cars, your house, your trailer. Like, this is amazing, dude. It says early access, you can buy custom garages when you freely decorate and show off your cars. This is awesome.
You store them in. There are 8 houses in Forza Horizon 6 that players will be able to buy, and each one has a garage. When you pull up to houses, you will load into the garage, so no more painting your cars on the driveway.
Please.
As you progress through the campaign, you'll unlock the ability to store multiple cars in your garage, one of which will be your current car with full Forza Vista functionality, and the others will be static models.
Okay.
I'm immediately taken by how much they remind me of digital versions of die-cast car dioramas, and the team explains they were inspired by the things players had begun to do with Forza Horizon 5's creator tools, building backdrops to show off their cars in certain ways.
Okay.
I think the real inspiration goes towards that whole car culture thing of being able to not only build your cars and customize them, but also have somewhere to show them off, as in like you would in real life. And I think that was really what we were trying for when we were looking into like the design for this and how we can make that available to the players, was thinking, okay, we know they have cool cars, they have way.
Look at that. You can even put stuff on the ground if you want, and then you make it. You can put. See, look. You see see, this is what I'm talking about, man. Good job. Like, I'm gonna clap it for Forza. Forza is doing a great job with this. Like, this is amazing. This is crazy. They're taking their ideas and they're going all out on their creative activity to just make this immersive, bro. This is gonna be one hell of a freaking Forza game, and I can't not appreciate how much, you know, the community is doing to put all this effort in this one game and make it all in one. Like, this is beyond anything I've ever imagined.
Is of making the cars
Good job.
look cool.
This
How
is
can we
fantastic.
make it so they also have a space,
10 out of 10.
you know, like those diecast where they
Forza's
can
gotta
show
come out with
them
10
in a
out of 10, I
specific way,
swear.
play around themes, play around
9
looks,
out of
and
8.
have that ability to like update
gotta
that, you know, alongside their vehicles. I think that was the main thing we're trying to think about, was like, all right, if I'm the player, what's the best way to do that? What tools do we have available? What could we create for them to, you know, create that space?
Right.
It's something that we know players do, right? I mean, we talked about this, the kind of journey that we've been on with Horizon 3 and players deciding that certain houses belonged to them, and then in 4 we implemented the houses feature. Horizon 5 we built Event Lab, we built Event Lab Island, and as you said, right, we wanted to deliver on something we know that fans have asked for many times: customizable houses when.
Right.
So looking to find a way to kind of bring that really powerful, robust tool set that we tested out, that we knew could do all of these things, that we knew players were using to do this insofar as they could, and then actually turning it into a curated building experience.
This is awesome.
With as much freedom as possible, like allowing you to clip things through walls and sink things into the ground, and really be as free as possible with where you place your car, so you can make something that looks like a garage, or you can make something that looks like the superhero lair, if that's your vibe.
Knock, knock, Capital One.
Forza is amazing. I'm very proud of Forza. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Forza is doing an amazing job. I was trying to look at the date today. It's Monday. I'm sorry you guys have to see the ads. My nose is stuffy for some weird reason. It's irritating me. Come on. Man, it's just more ads with these people.
The user-created content in Forza Horizon games, and they'll be shareable with the community, have
IGN
share
Neon
codes, and be
Studio.
able to be browsed and downloaded.
Yes, I absolutely anticipate that it will be a small number of players who make the wild things that you see in games like this. But then I look at other games that have building mechanics in them, and the creativity it unlocks lifts the community, but it also inspires the community. It's like, oh wow, I can't make, I don't know, the inside of a medieval dungeon with my cars in it or something, but maybe I can mess around with it a little bit. Maybe I can get on that journey to move forward. So yes, it's catering to a specific, very
awesome.
creative group of people. But ultimately, I hope that more people will engage with it, more people will try it out. If the only thing they do is like put down an extra locator, fine.
Yeah, I think 1000%, like that's this niche of players that we know and know, like have enjoyed those similar features or features that in some aspect shared what the garage does in previous games, previous Horizon games. But I think we also have to keep in mind that we've designed these features and implemented them on a whole side of, we know there is like this smaller fraction of players that build, but we also know that there's still this huge chunk of our players that enjoy and consume,
awesome.
right? The fruit of the creativity of those master builders, right? And I think Garage also has that, and that's something we really want to lean on to, is the whole aspect of, sure, I could be a player that loves, you know, the idea of that, but not necessarily has the time to sink into, you know, building my own layout or familiarizing myself with the tool. But due to how the feature is done and how we want it to be, it's going to be fairly easy to, you know, pick up a pretty cool, pretty unique layout.
Button presses
exactly.
And
That's amazing.
And it's now yours in a way that you'll be able to take, you know, what cars you show in there, but that layout would have been made by someone else, so you won't be able to edit it directly, but you'll be able to pick and place your own cars as if it was your own garage, right?
Right.
You found a contractor that built it for yourself, and then you just
my eyes are out of it.
Your cool cars shown in there.
While the team explains players will be afforded a lot of freedom in terms of placing objects, with clipping and kludging all permitted for people to achieve the precise look they're after, we won't be able to place vinyls in the space. However, perfect is the enemy of good, and sometimes compromises need to be made to get new functionality like this completed.
I think we've made compromises to the bone on the original ideas that we had. There was a version of it where every house had a different floor plan. There was a version of it where there were windows in it. But kind of talk about these as next tier problems, right? If there's a window outside, what happens when it's nighttime? What happens when it's winter?
Right.
What happens if a car drives past, right? All of those become really difficult to answer. And
Gotcha.
we really wanted these features to ship in the game. So we kind of made the decisions. Every time we had to make a scoping decision, it was, can we still keep the core of this, which is, I can make it, for me, it was, can I have my brutalist architectural living room?
That's amazing.
With a 911 parked next to my sofa. Can I still make that? Yes. Okay. We're still good.
Check out our full write-up on Forza Horizon 6's new customization options on IGN, and tune in next week for a first look at Forza Horizon 6's new rush events.
So, like I said, it is very amazing what Forza is doing, and I mean, like, it's just, I think we've seen a lot with Forza. I think that's pretty much it. Is this, well, that's another one. Yeah, I mean, they've showed everything. Oh yeah, another thing I was gonna say too, like, the car meet, meeting up to the cars, the Honda S2000, I think it was that one, right? See if I find it. I'm trying to find like the video where you were able to meet up and stuff like that. Let me see. Okay, so I'll get into. No, hold on. So let me point out one more thing. I don't remember much. Seems like they show more. My bad, I'm dozing off again. Yeah, I just saw it, like. Let me see what this was about. I just happened to see this too. Don't want to leave out anything behind for y'all. That's why I'm checking. Man, bro, these ads are just so annoying. My bad.
Drive into the precinct itself, and then drive onto the track. At that point, you're racing.
That's awesome.
We've also got a time attack circuit on Legend Island, and it's incredible. So as you work your way through the campaign to become a Horizon Legend, you have access to this brand new area, and there's a fantastic time attack circuit on there, so I'm really excited to see what we'll do on that.
Finding organic.
Alright, so like I said, it goes more and more in there. Okay, so one thing I was gonna say, I might have to show you guys in somebody else's stuff, but one thing I noticed, like you can meet up to people. Apparently if there's a car parked, you can go ahead and check it out and drive it if you like it or not, and you can buy it on top of that. So that's even cool. That's the only thing I was gonna say. So I mean, like I said, Forza Horizon 6 is doing an amazing job with their customization. They're putting a lot of details and work with it. The scenery and the cars are amazing. This game is gonna be a blowout. It's gonna be a huge, fantastic game. It's gonna sell out a lot, and people are gonna like the immersive world that this, Forza has brought us, and this is gonna be one hell of a game, and I can't wait to play. I am super excited. I want the game already. I want to play the game already, and knowing that I have a rig now and I can play, and other people that got rigs too, they get to try this game as well. So it's even gonna be more amazing and more funner for them. But I think I'm gonna end it here. I think we covered a lot about Forza and everything with it, and yeah, I mean, it's gonna be cool. So, but overall, anything else, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe and comment, and I'll see you guys at the next racing